I was raised in abject rural poverty by a single mother. And we had food stamps when it was actually a stamp that you put on a card when you went to the grocery store. I had subsidized school lunches, government cheese, the whole thing. And I volunteered to be on the subcommittee for 2 Congresses in a row. And if I get reelected, I'm going to be on this subcommittee for 3 Congresses in a row, because these programs have merit. And this is one of the things that we can actually unite together with. Like, I don't know if the hell is going to freeze over, but I actually agree with Mr. McGovern on a lot of these things. And I agree with my Democrat colleagues. Like, there should be chips for EBT cards so they can't get skimmed. You know what I mean? And these programs should be as widely available as possible to the people that are in need, not just widely available. And we're talking about having illegal aliens on these programs. SNAP is not a global program. It's a program paid for by American citizens for American citizens, and I think that we can agree on that. And I think that's wonderful. But there's room for improvement. And the error rates, the initial idea was to charge every state 25% for error rates, and I strenuously objected to that, and we got it focused in a tiered system to focus on the individual states' error rates. And the purpose of that is not to remove people from the programs. The purpose of that is to encourage responsible bureaucracy, and that can be done. And people are starting to feel the heat, and they're focusing on this. So check this out. The state of Wisconsin spends $38.52 per month to administer this program. Now, Ohio, on the other hand, spends $97 per month per person to administer these programs. So that's twice as much. So, Ms. Bivens, can you explain to me the difference? Why would it cost $97 in the state of Ohio to administer these programs when it costs $38 in the state of Wisconsin?
Thank you, sir. I would say for several reasons. In order to, as you know, because you're familiar with Ohio, and I can talk about Franklin County, we're a county of 1.3 million people.
Sure.
We have about 183,000 folks that are receiving SNAP.
Yeah.
It requires a staff person to be trained to administer, to do all the things in order to ensure that that resident has what they need regarding their EBT card. In addition to what I will say is, and I'm not familiar with the cost of living in your state, so I apologize.
All right.
Cost of living across the country has increased.
Okay, so Ms. Bivens, the cost of living has absolutely nothing to do with the administration of
So-
a program. So hold on a sec now. Let's go. We're going to go back to Wisconsin. Mr. Chairman, I request unanimous consent to enter this little bit of paperwork I got in the record.
Without objection.
All right, so check this out. Here's the state of Wisconsin. And we are one of the most efficient states in the entire country. They're spending $4.4 million to issue EBT cards, $1.8 million for quality control, $200,000 for management evaluation, $4.5 million for fraud control. We can agree, those are all great things. Now check this out. They're spending $7.3 million. This is under the leadership of Tony Evers, or actually his chief of staff in an auto pen. They're spending $7.3 million for automated data processing development. If it's automatic, why is it still costing $7.3 million? They're spending $42 million for automated data processing operations. If it's automated, why is the state of Wisconsin spending $42 million for an automated process? The purpose of automating things is to make them much more efficient and less expensive. $1.3 million for fair hearings. I get that. Now check this one out. The state of Wisconsin, under Tony Evers, chief of staff in the auto pen, is spending $43.2 million for SNAP employment and training programs. So SNAP employment and training programs are part of SNAP. And they're hiding this under administrative costs. Now extrapolate that across the entire nation. We're talking about hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars that are being misallocated. And I was the hungry child when I went to sleep. And I don't want it, and neither do my Democrat colleagues. We don't want a single child to go to bed hungry in the United States of America. But when we're spending $11.122378364, we're spending over $11 billion for administrative costs. That's what we need to nip in the bud, so that money goes to the hungry child. And that's what we're trying to get at. There's no viciousness here. We want every single person who needs food assistance in this country to receive it. And that's why we are so adamant about getting rid of stuff like this. That's why we want the state of Ohio to spend $38 a month administering this program, vice $97, and my time has expired. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.